Hello, I'm Connell, and this is the UT name. So I've decided on series to push the channel forward. No, not twatty, no. Yes, we're out here stealing content, but it's fine. We'll throw a wee Belfast swing on things. It should be a-okay. Okay, so as this is the first one in the series, I was figuring we'll go from when lockdown started, because I don't know about you, but personally, when lockdown started, I thought it'd be miserable. I thought it'd be very boring. No one can leave the house. No one can do anything. No one can get into any scandals. Alas, here we are, 2 months into lockdown, and Christ almighty, what a ride it's been. It's been fun. It truly begs the question, why is this happening? It's not a good title. I'm working on it. If the audio is bad, that's because the mic is behind me. I should probably do something about that. There we go. Well, let's get into it. Okay, so stellar beginning. We had our boy WillNE, amazing UK YouTuber, getting locked down off with a bang, using the format perfectly. He essentially got a load of YouTube all-stars to, to sing all-star, but the caveat being none of them knew they were doing it, which wouldn't really make one of these types of shows normally, but I feel like it's important as a parallel point to where we're getting eventually. But yes, it was nice. It was sort of a good display of unity in these very uncertain times. So big ups, Will. Morgs sort of took the wholesome aspect and threw it out the window for a split second.
So picture this, right? You're in public, right? Someone's in a coffee shop. It's a girl, right? Just a random girl that you don't really care about, but she's crying. She's really upset, right? So what you do is you go over to her, and what's the first thing you ask?
Crying girl.
You maybe go, oh no, what?
Probably like, can I film it?
But you know what? I can respect the hustle a little bit. Like, probably film it. Magnificent. So in the world of memes, what a place. Elon Musk has entered the fray with a child. So Elon Musk, tech billionaire, and his Mrs. Grimes give their child the username on screen now. So, Musky boy, he went onto the Joe Rogan podcast and enlightened us as to how you say this thing's name. Same thing. It's a real person, like. I say I feel bad for the kid, but I mean, you're not gonna bully that kid when you're in school. Like, his dad is literally a Superman villain. He's real life Lex Luthor. So the kid'll be fine. So the name H3H3 Archangel 12. Brilliant. Phenomenal. He wasn't able to name it that explicitly. No numbers are allowed, but they did use the Roman numerals for 12, which it looks a little nicer. That being said, having 12 in your name, but what can you do? It's done and dusted now, so moving on. Ricegum, or as he will be known throughout this video, Brian. So, as you all are probably aware, and for that reason I'm not going to be spending that much time on it, Ricegum contractually owns a percentage of his ex-girlfriend. And by the looks of things, he's gonna take her up on that. The whole situation's bizarre. They went on the drama alert, and Ricegum said something along the lines of he had no intentions of ever enacting it. It was just for security. Now, part of me understands why he would go about doing this, but he wants to know if someone's going to use him for clout, contractual agreement, that sort of. It's good. It's good scarecrow maneuvers to, ward off those people who might only use him for his name or his brand. I can't imagine why anyone would now, but clearly they do. But yeah, no, Drama Alert had lawyers, and they had a full piece on it, and I think Brian was he was gonna keep up on his whole plan of not taking the money, and then Big Daddy Daniel came along, and oof, I think my boy's gonna be getting some pee. And before we get into the main topic, just the last thing I want to mention, just because it amused me a little bit, the Astronomia coffin dance meme, big Mr. Trump himself, of the president, he's imploring memes in his campaign this time around. You know what the meme's gonna be, but I'll play it anyway for you.
Well,
it's a long way until November. We got more questions.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
But yeah, it just find that quite bizarre, to be quite honest. It lifted my spirits. Now, the real tea, what we're here to discuss. So, in 2019, we had KSI versus Logan Paul. Two people who worked hard to get themselves into as peak physical shape as they could. Trying to get swole. Clearly not like myself. And they've done a good job. They put a good showing on. Respectful, controlled between the two of them. Didn't really go outside the reach of anyone that didn't want to personally be involved. 2020, we have a Nomi slaphead with a shit beard and the most boring podcaster on this entire website, held up only by the quality of the guests he gets on. It's just a disaster zone. They have released, I think, 3 videos each on each other. So, Ethan, in his video, insinuated that Keem was in part responsible for the death of Etika. Which is on so many levels, but there's an argument to be made that it just felt that way because of the editing. I don't understand how that could be put in and no one picked up on it. If anything, if it wasn't intended to be that way, it was left that way, knowing full well that would be how it would be interpreted. And that's probably one of the more bad come out of the whole thing. The other thing, and the thing that's annoying more people, I would say generally, that Ethan did, is he went after Keem's sponsors successfully, and that's worrying. We're already basically on the verge of Adpocalypse 2.0. Companies are going to be cutting down their spending on ads. That's just fact, especially with quarterly reports coming in. And with stuff like this going on, its sponsors essentially getting attacked by large fan bases. No one's going to want to spend money on advertising space on a platform like that. I think Ethan made a big lapse in judgment and has now set a precedent that when YouTubers get into beef, first method of attack is the finances. But that's the main gripping part. Really the whole thing has just been a pissing contest. It's been a pissing contest between a 36-year-old man who, in fairness, is doing quite... didn't need to do this. He had no reason to. He's doing well for himself. And a 38-year-old man who essentially reports on beef between people half his age, and in some cases completely butchers it, leading to very strenuous circumstances. Which brings us to another thing. We'll move on to Keem now. It's Tony, the streamer he accused of being a pedophile, who then turned out to not be a pedophile. That was probably one of the biggest lapses of judgment on the platform I've seen personally since its inception. So essentially what happened was Keem's fan base trolled the life out of this man, and 2 hours later Keem takes down the drama alert, puts up a video apologising, kind of. Really what happened was he blamed a researcher on his team and said he sacked him. But in fairness to the guy, he did try helping Tony quite a lot from there, whether that was for his own public image or just because he felt bad. There's no real way of knowing. And then a month ago, Tony started getting hate again. Now, he was thanking Ethan Klein, I believe, in that video. Now, that's somewhat interesting because Keem released footage with Tony's manager, stating that Keem had been nothing but helpful to them. And a month ago would have been roughly when the content nuke was ramping up production. So there is an argument to be made that this was all part of the game, as it were, and Keem was so close. He was so close to getting rid of that point basically entirely, and he still managed to fuck it up. It's something else. He essentially says, well, the reason why you're getting hate again is because I think he accused him of being a sexual predator again. Now, granted, not a nonce. So he's upped this game a little, but right at the last hurl, man. Now, both of Keem's 2 videos are really just him rebuting points that are made against him, but not so much apologising for the ones that are true. More just saying, oh well, you did this thing, which is worse than the thing that I did, so it automatically absorbs whatever the point was at that point in the video. Which is really a very poor way to play the game, and to a degree Ethan's been doing exactly the same thing. It's just baffling, man. It's so stupid. 2 men in their late 30s. I don't know why I care. I don't know why anyone cares, but here we are. I mean, it could have very negative repercussions for the site, so there's that. Now, Keem's last video, or, well, I say Keem's, the name, which is I've completely lost it, the name of the YouTuber. Give me 2 minutes. So, the video by Gokanaru, I believe his name is, was an hour and a half long. It was very long. I tried to watch the video, but I got about 10 minutes through before I got interrupted. So I set it aside and I'll watch later, and when I came back the video was gone, which is very, very quick for the YouTube bots, especially given that it is a re-upload of a video that was taken down because it didn't meet YouTube's terms of service. It was explicitly edited to meet the terms of service, and then poof, gone. But yeah, at first I was like, oh, maybe the bots are better now. Maybe the bots are just pumping through these videos. Then all the re-uploads, one by one, started getting nuked down before I could watch them, and I don't even know what the points are on Ethan in that video now. because I can't find it. I need to get a transcript somewhere, but it wouldn't fit in this video anyway. But if you can find it, give that a watch. Apparently it's quite insightful. Realistically, this is all just my opinion on the situation. As you can tell, it's barely a fully formed opinion at all. I'm really just annoyed at the fact that this is happening in the first place, and that people are taking sides in the first place, because they're equally horrible. They're not decent blokes. Like, if your question is which one's worse than the other, not which one's better than the other, then clearly you're dealing with two bad people generally. They might have good points, but overall the presence that they have created on the site, and the atmosphere they've created on the site, and everything that has come from this scenario is negative. Baffling. Baffling. So, what can we take from the situation? Well, first things first, the apocalypse is most likely on the horizon. Sponsors are going to be pulling out en masse from their respective channels. The mental health of the people that I didn't even get to mention in this video is probably dragged through the mud at the minute, especially given the fact that they didn't choose to be a part of this, and now all of their struggles are being used as ammunition. It's not good. It's just not good. I don't know why anyone's let it continue to the point that it has. Hila, Daniel's wife, Brian, I don't know. But what can you do? It's been exciting anyway. Exciting to watch. So that's pretty much the end here. Thank you very much for watching the video. If you've gotten to this point, if you liked the video, drop a like and subscribe. If you didn't like the video, drop a dislike, and either way, leave a comment telling me what I did well, what I did bad, what I could be doing next. Thank you very much. Have a good night.
Shine. You don't fly. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on.
Go, play.
Hey now, you are a rock star.
Get the show on.
Get paid. Only shooting star.
Bring them all.
Only shooting star.
Bring them all.